Cocoa powder, coconut oil, onion.
They have private, yeah. Carnival of private. They have their own chairlift, their own beach.
Thank you.
Let's continue this right over here.
Hi, Mr. Monkey. And everything is just touching me. Okay, get off me now. Oh my God! Please don't shit on me.
Got something in your back.
What is it?
You're just kidding.
Yeah, like you like him.
They love the pink dress.
Okay, there we go.
Please, you can.
Go for blue.
Oh Lord, oh Lord.
I'm freaking out.
Yeah, someone else.
One of the back streets.
Does that one usually stop here?
Huh?
Does that one usually stop here, beach chef?
Yeah.
You know where it's from?
They come all over here. I like the way they.
It is totally different.
They have to wear uniforms?
Yeah, they white. Public is white.
Oh, look at this beautiful picture.
Cars.
Oh,
And then
wow.
around the edge, see they got it fixed for people that got wheelchair. Because sometimes you're in a wheelchair, you can't play, but then you can look. You can go around the whole area. So they have access for wheelchair also. Clean the beach, and the garbage truck will just pass through. You know, back in the days in the Bible, in Solomon's, all the houses on top of the hill with the ridge, those are the Solomons. They have big houses. The smallest house they have there is 5 bedrooms. They're all big houses. This area here on the left, right here is called
What's that mission chika mo?
here where the fishermen that's coming in like 2, 3 o'clock in the evening, and you can stand up right here, pick your fish just catch, not even on ice. So they clean it and they wait for you. Further down we have a sign says I don't know you're using the wrong factory. Something else.
Why are they building on a cliff?
On the stills. No, just like that. Just like that. Just like that. You see the red tree right here? This one right there? For your kidneys. So your kidneys can float. That and the coconut water is the best we have for your kidneys.
One second.
Water.
And for Honduras, so for Honduras, we what you'll see is that we get to Honduras, there is no tender. It was a little challenging finding our tour guide because there was a whole bunch of people everywhere, but the port is really, really nice. It's really, really, really nice port. It's like a very dreamy port. I don't know how to describe it. It almost felt like when we were going to Haiti because, well, Labadie, because you go in and it's like all this trees, all this lush. It was like, yes, I love this. It's so beautiful. So our guide was there waiting for us. And I think they were waiting for us this time compared to us having to wait for somebody else. And so he came and picked us up. He drove us around town. We went to this place to get, I think it was to taste chocolate. And then we went to a place for coconut rum cake. And then he made us stop somewhere else on the hill, which you could see the beautiful, the island on the bottom, which was really, really nice. And it was funny because I guess because he's such a tour guide, he's been doing it for a while. So as he's driving, he's seeing his cousin, he's seeing his auntie, he's seeing all these people, and he's like letting us know, oh, this is that person, this is that person. So it's always interesting when you are on a tour with a real local person. They know everybody else. So that was fun. And then he took us to the beach, was the highlight for, then they took us to see the monkeys and the sloth. The only thing about that is I was slightly disappointed because I had emailed and asked about the sloth because I think a couple months ago, I read that Honduras was really cracking down on sloth holding. So, they weren't going to eliminate that completely from tours, but actually holding the sloth. So I had checked and asked about it, and they said, oh, it was something that was said, but it wasn't really implemented. So there shouldn't be a problem. But obviously they put the sloth on the tree, but they wouldn't let us hold it. But instead they just allowed us to take pictures with it. And I was like, oh. So I don't know if it was because of that law that they don't want to say, oh, we're not letting you, or, for other reasons. But I was just a little slightly disappointed because this was April, now the first week of April, and they wouldn't let us use the sloth. What you can do. But the monkeys were extra hyper. They were very, 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 very hyper. Very hyper. So I have a video of that, of them jumping on us. And then we saw other birds that were very, very beautiful. And then we went to the beach. The beach, as I mentioned, it's like every time I watch House Hunter International and the islands, it was like the perfect beach. Perfect. The water was beautiful. It was nice and warm. It wasn't like cold. It was just beautiful. And the feel of it was just so relaxing. You know what I mean? Like if you thought island, like this is the island I think about, but it was really nice. And we ate, and the food wasn't expensive. It was still like, American menu at the bar, at the beach, but it wasn't bad at all. It was definitely worth it. And then we bought some rum cake. I have the rum cake. I guess I probably should have ate it when I got it, like within a few days, because I let it sit on the table for a while and it started getting like, it doesn't taste good. And I put it in the fridge and it's even worse. So there goes $8. So would I say to buy the rum cake? I would say try the samples that they gave. But if you're going to buy it and eat it within the next day or two. Don't let it sit the way I did, because mine's in the refrigerator and it's like a brick. It's not even that good anymore. But yeah, so that was Honduras. We came back on the boat. And like I said, the port was really, really nice. I think we bought some souvenirs at the port. And we bought some souvenirs locally too. When we went to the tours, they had a lot of people selling stuff, all the same stuff. I found that Belize's souvenirs were a little bit pricey, but Honduras was slightly cheaper, but I still felt like they were really, expensive. Some of them were still made from China. So it's like, what? So I think Mexico is probably the most inexpensive souvenirs you're going to find. But those two countries were places where the ports were really, really nice. Like I encourage you to make those stops for sure. And, I don't have a lot of clips because, yeah, I don't know why I don't have a lot of clips, but, well, enjoy. And enjoy with the rest of the video. The trip overall was really, really great. I think we started going, like, now that we've done all the ports, we had 2 days of sea, and we went to the spa, actually. We booked a spa treatment because my sister and I were constantly going into the gym in the morning. We were constantly going to the walks and the exercise for the stretch in the morning. So the guy gave us like an additional discount of the massage treatment, which I think it was a discount already anyways. But we got a massage and a facial. I think it was like $130 or $40. So keep an eye out. And the massage, it did hurt a bit. I don't know if the lady, she was she did a great job, but I felt like it was a little painful, but I was worried that if I told her like it was too much pressure, the pressure was too much, that she would really lighten up and then I wouldn't feel a thing. So I didn't mind like her kind of really breaking into my muscles. But let me tell you, it did hurt. For when I got back, I was like, oh my gosh. It hurt me for a few days. It hurt for a few days and I was like really surprised, but at least it got my money's worth. And that's when we started eating at the main dining. We haven't hit the main dining for, like at all until like the last 2 days. And it's because they sent us a letter. They called me. Oh, they left us a note. And then I called them and I'm like, okay, what's the problem? And they said, oh, we see that you haven't been eating at the main dining. We wanted to see where you were eating at and if everything was okay. And we were like, oh, that was so sweet of them to be concerned that I haven't come to main dining, even though we had my time dining. I guess they just never saw us check in. So I said, no worries. I will come. So I started going to the main dining for the last 2 dinners because the food at the buffet, like I said, was pretty decent. So for me, it was kind of like, I don't really want to do the main dining when it can have more options, but at the same time, I always, just sitting and relaxing and having food served. And we were eating so much better. Like we weren't full at all. We felt full off the main dining, but it was so light. It wasn't like the buffet. And I'm like, this is why I need to go back to my main dining, because having controlled food rather than an array of everything is so much better for like my intake. So then the last day, so let me tell you about a really interesting experience I had on the cruise. One of the games we were playing one of the last few nights, the lady who's been hosting all these activities, I forgot her name, but she was this Filipino lady, short and she was everywhere. Between her and the Jamaican guy who was also hosting games, their accents were just so heavy that nobody really could understand anything they were saying. And I think we just went along with them because, hey, that's what we had. That's what we had. Anyway, the lady told me about there's a dancing with the captain or something like that. And she wanted me to join. And I had no idea that it was going to be like Dancing with the Stars. I thought it was just, I don't know what I was thinking. But, I felt bad for her because she was asking around and then she looked tired, okay? She looked like she's trying to get people to come and participate and get involved. So I said, you know what, with so much older people on the boat, it might be hard to get a good crowd. So I said, I volunteer. So she said, okay, show up and stuff like that. Okay, I showed up. And boy, it was Dancing with the Stars in a way, but it was quite funny. It was quite funny. So I don't know if I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you that video. But in case you get asked to dance with the captain, it's called Dancing with the Captains or Dancing Under something. Don't do it. Don't do it because it's a trick. What else? Oh my gosh, it was really, really interesting. And I like Royal Caribbean boat because they do usually have a sauna and a sauna and a steam room available for free, while on Norwegian you had to pay. And I think Carnival might be free as well. So that's the reason why I kind of like Royal Caribbean, because I really look into those spa, just the room to be able to relax and not having to worry about, giving you something to do and also a place to relax. So what else happened? So the last day, the next morning, pretty much that the boat arrives back in Galveston, it was so sad because we had to pack up our crap. We had to pack up our crap. We missed a couple parties. I missed a couple parties, but my sister's calling me. I missed a couple parties because we were sleeping. We were stuff and sleeping, but that was expected. And the next morning, they wanted us out the room really, really early. I don't know if the boats are all like that, but I feel like they want people off the boat early now. And we were, again, the last people to leave because, listen, I wanted to get all my time in all the time. Always trying to get my time in. Plus, our flights were not till later, and we had to wait for the shuttle that we paid for in advance. So we waited around, and then we got out. And then when we got out, we had to wait a little bit. My sister was taking a flight from one of I don't know if she was taking a flight from Hobby, and we were taking a flight from Bush. Myself and my cousin. So we all made it back safely. And now we're just waiting for the next trip. Everybody said, "Oh no, this was a little expensive." So. And they said that, it's going to be a while, which is fine because this was the longest 9 nights, okay, on a boat. So it took some adjusting for me. After a while, I'm like, oh my gosh, how many games, trivias can we do? But listen, I learned a lot of useless information. But overall, it was fun and it was definitely worth it all. And now back to reality and planning my next cruise. So hopefully I will do better at recording and enjoy the rest of the videos and see you next time. Bye.